are making it very, very difficult for me to believe that there's anything redeeming about this project whatsoever. Now, I am sure that we have all seen this viral clip.
That has got to go. My God, who wants that?
Yeah.
They actually have lead actors on camera in a clip from late 2022, but it's just resurfaced now, saying she's going to be focused on becoming a leader.
A lot has been said about the fact that Rachel Zegler is a leftist fruitcake, and she is, but she was also just a spoiled, entitled, narcissistic brat.
She's gone, disappeared. Not officially, but if you've seen the leaked rehearsal clip making the rounds on Twitter and TikTok, you already know. Rachel Zegler might have just been quietly swapped out as the lead in Evita.
But it's also really important to me that I share with you not only the really good, exciting moments, but also like the little blips where I just don't feel great. I think that's really important that you see me as a human being, because I think a lot of people don't. So I don't know. I want that disclaimer out.
This isn't just hearsay. There's actual video evidence, a real behind-the-scenes snippet from inside the theater, showing a woman center stage, mid-rehearsal, seemingly performing Don't Cry For Me, Argentina. But that woman? She isn't Rachel. It's subtle at first glance, but fans have analyzed the footage frame by frame. The voice doesn't match, the posture is off, and even with the blurry visuals, one detail is unmistakable. The performer is shorter, styled differently, and carries herself with an entirely different presence.
Video is gonna get taken out of context, and I know that at this point I can't really stop people from doing that, because that's what my whole existence on the internet is just me being taken out of context and stuff.
It didn't take long for the internet to catch fire. Breakdown videos, fan conspiracies, comment sections in chaos. Some are convinced it's just an understudy doing a run-through. Others believe the production is quietly testing a full-time replacement without issuing a formal announcement. The evidence? Rachel hasn't been seen at rehearsals. Her name has reportedly vanished from internal schedules. And after that now legendary backstage outburst, the one ending with security allegedly escorting her out, whispers from insiders are starting to echo what fans have suspected for weeks.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Rachel, can I try to find some autographs for him, Rachel? Rachel, please. Rachel, let's go. Got time. Thank you, Rachel. Maybe on the way out?
She may not be coming back. And the woman in that leaked footage? Fans think they've figured out exactly who she is. But we'll get there. First, let's rewind to where it all began. Before the video, before the rumors, before Rachel Zegler's silence. Back when she was still Evita, and things were already starting to crack.
I'm like so ready to just throw my phone away. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen.
Just weeks ago, Rachel was being praised as the bold new face of Evita, a massive West End revival, a powerhouse ensemble. Zegler, fresh from West Side Story and set to lead Disney's live-action Snow White, stepping into one of musical theater's most iconic roles. But behind the scenes, things were reportedly unraveling fast. Sources say tensions flared early in rehearsals. Rachel allegedly clashed with the director, resisted creative direction, and pushed back on nearly every note. One cast member described the environment as charged, tense, and totally unpredictable.
Well, Rachel was desperate to play Evita Peron. You know, it was her idea, and we saw an audition tape, and she was absolutely sensational. You know, she worked with our musical supervisor in New York on the material. Her versions of the songs were terrific. Jamie's excited, Andrew and Tim are excited. So, I mean, it should make for a fabulous summer at the Palladium. Ticket sales are already, through the roof. So we're really thrilled about that.
Then came the tipping point. Social media chatter claims that during a pivotal rehearsal, Rachel snapped, raised voices, a thrown prop, cast members frozen in shock as the mood in the room turned electric with discomfort. One assistant director allegedly said, "Get her out." Security intervened, calmly, discreetly, and Rachel was escorted from the building. She hasn't returned since, but what followed was anything but quiet.
But it's hard. And it's lonely. It's very lonely. I just know that if that loneliness can exist, so can other things, and I will be okay.
That moment, now infamous, set off a storm online. Fans were split. Some defended her, blaming the pressure of the role and relentless media scrutiny. Others were less forgiving, pointing to past controversies, like her Snow White press tour remarks that sparked backlash. Critics brought up her tendency to be labeled difficult, a growing trend of skipped red carpets, and rumored PR tensions behind the scenes.
Not to add fuel to the Rachel Zegler Oscar fiasco, but why did they have these women, all Disney princesses, all stated as Disney princesses, come out to present, but like not include Rachel Zegler, who's going to be Snow White? They're clearly acknowledging Disney princesses for movies that have not been released yet. Someone must have had this conversation and then they purposely left her out, even though she was the only one with a hit movie this year of the four. Did anyone else notice this, or am I overthinking?
So when she abruptly vanished from Evita rehearsals, no apology, no statement, no trace, fans began to assume the worst, that the meltdown wasn't a momentary lapse. It was the final straw. And now, with the new video circulating, everyone's asking the unthinkable. Has Rachel Zegler been replaced and no one told us?
In his video, Mickey Joe talks about all the different casting rumors because there was loads floating around online at the time, in particular Lady Gaga and of course Ariana DeBose, who had been rumored to have been cast, and that production promotional material had been shot with Ariana in it, but then she had to step away due to work commitments. And what's really interesting is that she played Anita in Steven Spielberg's film of West Side Story opposite Rachel Zegler. So what are my thoughts on this casting? I think that Rachel's going to be incredible in this role. I think that her vocals are outstanding, as is her acting, and I think that she's going to really enjoy a challenging role like Eva Peron. I know a lot of people online were talking about they would like to see a West End performer maybe play this part, but I do think that Jamie Lloyd is looking at this production going to Broadway and is being very clever in his casting choices, similar to what he did with Nicole Scherzinger in Sunset Boulevard. Now, the person I would have liked to have seen considered for this role is going to be playing a role in The Great Gatsby at the same time, so is unavailable. You can make some guesses in the comments below, but I do want to hear who you would have liked to have seen considered for this part.
It started with one 15-second video, posted anonymously to a TikTok account with no profile pic and 0 followers. The footage? The Evita stage bathed in blue light. A lone woman stands under the spotlight, singing a line everyone instantly recognized from Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. But something felt off. The vocals were different, softer, a bit lower, a warmer tone with a different vibrato. Zegler's voice is crisp and commanding. This one felt more subdued. Then the internet zoomed in. Her body language was different. The way she gestured, moved across the stage, none of it matched Rachel's style. The outline? Shorter. The hairstyle? Pulled back in a tight ponytail, not Rachel's signature waves. Then came the partial profile turn, and that's when fans went into overdrive. Within hours, the clip was everywhere. TikTok creators made side-by-sides. Twitter threads dissected everything. Footwear, posture, even a hint of an Argentine accent. Then one name kept coming up: Camila. According to fan theories and a viral post from someone claiming insider status, the woman in the video is Camila Delgado, a lesser-known actress from Buenos Aires with a background in opera and musical theater. She's not famous, yet. But if this clip is legit, she might have just been handed one of the biggest roles in theater without so much as a headline. And here's the strangest part. The production has said nothing. No denial. No, she's the understudy. Just silence. And that silence, it's speaking volumes. If it was just a stand-in, wouldn't someone clarify? Why wipe Rachel's name from the rehearsal notes? Why quietly scrub her from the show's internal rosters? A leaked backstage photo shows her name gone, replaced by faint initials, possibly CD. The mystery is only deepening. And fans? they've turned into full-time investigators. Let's break down the theories. The moment the video hit the internet, speculation exploded. Was that really Rachel? Is she gone? Who's Camila Delgado? Why hasn't the team said a word? One theory took off instantly. Rachel's out, Camila's in. This wasn't a test. It was the real deal. Viewers pointed to the confidence in the performance. Too polished for a fill-in. Then came the alternate take. Camila's just the understudy. But even skeptics had to admit, the timing and secrecy are odd. Why now? Why like this? Others went further down the rabbit hole. One viewer claims to have matched Camila's voice to an old YouTube video, her singing Maria in a 2019 West Side Story University production. If true, it's a bizarre full-circle twist, replacing Rachel in two major Latina roles. Another thread focused on the clip's background audio. Someone allegedly whispers, "Camila, go again from the top." It's hard to hear, but fans swear it's there. And then, the wildest theory yet, Rachel in disguise. Some believe she hasn't been replaced at all. Instead, they say she's re-entered rehearsals in costume, altering her voice and look as part of a stealthy PR reboot. Sounds ridiculous, but it's gaining traction. They claim it's all part of a redemption narrative. Meanwhile, rumors on Reddit suggest Rachel was booted after demanding major contract changes, control over choreography, final say on costume design. The move, insiders say, shattered trust between her and the creative team. The most widely accepted theory now, she didn't quit. She was pushed out. Allegedly, after the security incident, producers and investors met behind closed doors and decided it wasn't worth the risk to keep her. Enter Camila, a fresh face with no baggage, ready to start clean. Rachel, it seems, was never told she was done. She was just quietly removed from call sheets, left off schedules, no phone call, just erased. And the silence from her? Deafening. Not a tweet, not a story, not even a TikTok. For someone once hyperactive online, the sudden digital blackout is glaring. Her last Instagram post, a black and white photo of an empty theater, now feels ominous. Captioned, "Sometimes silence is the strongest sound." Posted 4 days before the leak. Poetic then. Maybe prophetic now? Fans have noticed her bio no longer mentions Evita. Related highlights have vanished. It's as if her role is being erased in real time. And her usually outspoken PR team? MIA. No denial, no clarification, just silence. Which only fuels speculation. If this was all a misunderstanding, wouldn't someone speak up? Instead, we get more leaks. A backstage cast sheet missing her name. A handwritten CD beside the lead role. A Reddit post from a supposed costume team. Members saying fittings were abruptly canceled. A new set of measurements came in. Different size, different height, different person. And now, legal whispers. A London tabloid says Rachel's team might be prepping a wrongful termination case. If true, that could explain the total radio silence. No one wants to say something. That winds up in court. But the consensus is forming fast. Rachel didn't walk away. She was allegedly cut. And the woman in that viral clip? She may not be a mystery much longer. Over the past 2 days, Camila Delgado's name has been floating in comment threads, message boards, and fan accounts. A classically trained stage actress from Buenos Aires, relocated to London for bigger roles. Known in theater circles, but not to the mainstream. Until now. One Evita fan claims she heard Camila called from offstage during a closed-door run. Another insists she saw a woman matching Camila's look leave the venue, hood up, sunglasses on, hustling into a waiting car. Rumors now suggest she's already signed a temporary contract to lead previews. A soft launch, a test before the big reveal. No press release. No public photo. Just whispers and a growing sense that something major is shifting. The official accounts? Still quiet. No cast updates. No interviews. And not a word from Camila herself. That silence, it feels less like confusion and more like strategy. Because if Rachel Zegler really has been replaced, and Camila Delgado is about to take on one of the most storied roles in musical history. It won't stay under wraps much longer. The stage lights are warming up, reporters are circling, and fans? They're just waiting for the moment that spotlight hits, and it's not Rachel standing there. So is she out? Has Camila already taken over? And if so, why is no one saying a word? This isn't just another backstage drama. This is shaping up to be a full-scale theatrical power shift, a viral clip, a vanishing star, a rising unknown, and a silence that feels increasingly intentional. Make no mistake, this story isn't over. Not even close. Rachel Zegler hasn't spoken. The production hasn't confirmed a thing. And Camila Delgado? She hasn't shown her face. But she will. And when she does, everything's going to change.